and being able to market on there. Basically, what Kelsey and I do is we don't cold contact anybody. We don't have to sell anybody. And yet, so far this month, I've enrolled 9 people, and it's been 11 days into the month. So that's all with warm market, and everybody has come to me. I haven't had to go out there and find anybody. So that's what we want to talk to you about. How can you constantly get warm leads coming to you without you having to feel like you're going out and selling people? Some of you are here just because you want your 2 and free. Awesome. We're here to help you get that. Some of you are here because you want to build a business, and we're here to do that too. Okay, so you can use this how you want, but this is just going to be about warm market enrollments, I guess. We're not doing any cold marketing at all.
Not yet. Let's keep that trend up.
Yeah, so we've got some tips and tricks that we do. It's really easy. You just have to be consistent, just like with anything, and you'll see results, okay?
A little bit of background on us. We had another company, a network marketing company that we were with, where we learned a lot of this stuff, learned what worked for our social media. And the thing is, social media is such a great tool for growing your audience, growing your network, but you have to use it the right way, or it could be what bites you in the end. If you are portraying yourself as just someone who's trying to sell something, you won't get very far. So that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever gone to someone's Facebook profile and literally everything is like a link to a newsletter or an attempt to get your business. How long do you spend on their profile? Not very long. You get out of there, it's like, okay, this guy's trying to sell me something, I'm out. And so the way that we do it, we have a kind of like a formula. Yeah, exactly, Rob. So we got a formula that we use. It's really simple, but it keeps it simple and it keeps it professional and it's effective. That's what's important. The fact is it's effective and it's working for us, so it can work for you. Okay. So the first thing that everybody should do is create a list. Can you tell them what that means?
Yeah, I think there's a couple different lists that everyone should create. I think the first list is your dream board list, right? Like the people that you would absolutely love to work with, the people who you really respect and admire, who you think would bring a lot of value and a lot of success to your team. So make that short list. That should be pretty short, 10 to 15 people, more if you have lots of great contacts. But I think keep that list kind of short. That's more of the list that you're going to use for visualizing the type of team that you want. Okay.
Yeah, it may even just be kind of what gets you started. Mm-hmm. Like you get started with a few people and then you expand as you grow. But yeah, go ahead.
Kenny Britt on my list. Exactly, yeah, and it worked. So this list also, you can include what my last team used to call the chicken noodle soup list. If you were sick, who are the people that would bring you soup to help you feel better? Basically the people that care about you and trust you, that would do anything to help you, and people that you want to be helping, because let's be honest, sharing this opportunity can really change someone's life. So make that short list. Then also make a second list, your warm market. This list should just be a brainstorming list. Literally write down everyone's name that you know.
Go through your phone, go through your Facebook, write down names.
Literally just go to Google and search network marketing memory jogger, and you'll find like 10 different lists of occupations. So it'll do things like write down any doctors that you know, and you'll write down your doctors, and then write down any school teachers that you know, and you'll write down your school teachers. This type of exercise is great when you are running out of people on that first list that we mentioned and trying to add new people to that list. So that should be a living list. And then something that we'll talk about in a future training is having a giant master list of everyone in your network. As you expand in network marketing, you will start to have strangers on your list. That's great. It means that you're reaching more people, having a bigger audience. We'll go into that later in a later training, how you will grow that audience, grow your network, and keep track of that giant list.
Yep. Cool. So what do we write down here? We're creating a list between 10 to 15 people that you trust, you like, people you want to go into business with. And then, of course, you're also creating a secondary list, which is like literally everybody you can think of, okay? So making 2 lists, okay? All right, so the next thing that we want to talk about is interaction. Facebook is chock full of all these different algorithms that make you popular and make it so that people see your content. if you've ever gone on Facebook, you've probably realized for the most part, you see the same people always in your feed, okay? So that means that you're showing up in like 8% of your friends' feeds. So you might have 1,000 people and only like what, 80 people see your stuff. Is that right? Did I do the math right? So,
I don't know.
I think that's right.
Now.
I think that's right. Yeah. So,
only about half of those, well, even less, are going to actually interact with your stuff. And the reality is, to get more interaction on your posts is how you're going to get those warm leads. Mm-hmm. The best way to get more interaction is to do interaction yourself.
Okay. So, now we want to link the 10 to 15 people that you want to go into business with to this interaction for just a second here, because what we're going to do, you're going to jump on Facebook, and instead of just scrolling through your feed, we're going to target some people initially.
There's a method behind this. Let's be honest. Your biggest time waster, well, I don't know. If you guys are like me, the biggest way that you waste time, if you're standing in line, if you're just waiting for someone, if you're bored, you pull up Facebook, you scroll through your feed. That's the first thing that pops up. That's what you look at. You get lost in the comment section. And before you know it, it's been an hour and you've read some really worthless stuff. But when you're working a power hour, so eventually with these trainings, we want to get to the point where we're using these as live working sessions, and we're all doing the same tasks and having an hour of income producing activities. This first one, we're using more of like an intro to how to use social media, and we'll get to the point where we can do a live working session. But that was a tangent. What was I saying?
No, so basically what we do is we're targeting those 10 to 15 people.
Yes.
We're going onto their pages. We're looking at maybe, I would say like 2 to 3 posts. We don't want to be creepy.
Yeah, don't be creepy.
But go through and just like their post and even drop a comment. Doesn't have to be something crazy, but when you do this, what's going to happen is Facebook is going to recognize that you guys have a relationship more than just being friends, and that they want them to see more of your content. The idea behind Facebook is keep people on there as much as possible. So if they're seeing their best friends on there, the people they talk to the most, then they're most likely going to stay on Facebook. So you go out there, you comment, you like their pages, you like their posts, comment on them, throw up emojis, stuff like that. Do it just a few times on their posts, and go through and do that on your 15 people.
Mm-hmm. It helps your visibility, but it also is great another way where it helps you get to know them a little bit more. Sometimes these people that you put on this short list are people that you might not know, you just admire from a distance. You've seen some of their stuff on social media before, maybe. You know that they're a hard worker, stuff like that. But if you go to their posts and you start interacting, you see them post about their kids, you see them post about their spouse, different things going on in their lives. And you have things later on that you can bring up in conversation that will help with that building the relationship. Because the reality is, if you're going to be successful in this type of business, you need those relationships. It's not just posting and recruiting. You need relationships. You need people to trust you.
Yeah, you want people to see you as a person, not just trying to sell them something. Mm-hmm. Be genuine. So that's important. So bullet point number 2, or I guess the second thing that we really want to stress is interaction on social media. Okay. So what I would say is, like, if I sat down, I was ready, I want to start bringing in leads, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at that list. I'm going to go interact with those 10 to 15 people for probably about 15 minutes. Like, you don't really need much more than that. Interact for 15 minutes. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to throw out a post on Facebook. Okay. There's some do's and don'ts for posting. Okay. So definitely write this down. For posts, do not put links in the post. Okay. The idea behind Facebook is to keep people on Facebook. If you're taking them away from Facebook, you're going to get penalized with the algorithm, and people aren't going to see your content. There'll be a few, but you're not going to have massive interaction.
This counts in comments as well. If you're putting links in your comments, that can also lower your algorithm, which is not good.
Yeah, so I mean, eventually we'll give them links, but we'll do that through direct messages.
And the great news about that is Messenger is one of the top things to boost your algorithm. So you want to drive people to your inbox. Yeah, give them a link in Messenger, but get them in Messenger first.
Yeah. Okay, so don't do any links. Definitely don't be dropping company names. I know it's tempting when people are like, hey, who do you work with? Guess what's going to happen if you say IML? Everybody who's looking at posts, whether it's right then or a month from now, they're just going to go look at IML, and they're not going to talk to you.
They won't reach out to you for help. They'll just go do their own research.
Yep.
By all means, people can do their research, but we want to know who's interested. So you want them to reach out and talk to you so you know there's that interest.
Let me make something clear, though. We're not misleading people.
Mm-hmm.
We just want them to interact with us first, and then let's let them talk. But at least we know that they were interested so that we can follow up. If we never do that and they just look at the comment, guess what? You could be passing up hundreds of people that were interested. Okay? So that's another don't. That's really it on the don'ts. Don't do links, and don't put the company name in there. Creates mystery.
Very true, Shane. Yeah, very true.
Cool.
But that's why we want them to talk to us, so we can show them the real results, tell them about our personal experience, not just let them make their own decision based off of some pissed off person's review when that person probably doesn't have a legitimate experience. Yeah. So.
Most people, when they say they want to do their research, they're really looking for all the people who hate it.
Mm-hmm. We did that.
They just want to find all the comments that say this is not what you should do.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a joke. So
I made Kenny do that. We watched many videos before he joined.
But anyway, story for another time. Okay, so here's some do's, things that you want to do when you're posting. Use emojis. Okay, this boosts your algorithm. Put a feeling status. 'Cause you know how you can say like you're feeling excited or emotional or whatever, pumped up, inspired. Do little things like that because it boosts you in the algorithm because you're using what Facebook has. If you're going to a restaurant, you're going on a trip, whatever, check in. Say you're at the airport or wherever you're at, if you're playing golf, whatever, check in. It also boosts you on the algorithm. And then also if you're with friends or anything like that, go ahead and tag them in there too. That one's not as important, but it helps a little bit.
What's cool about staying where you're at, so checking into a location and tagging people. So if you check into a location, if you go to that business page, you can see all the people who checked in. So if you're doing a post that somehow relates to what you do for a living, it can drive some potential interest. And if you're tagging people, when I tag Kenny, obviously we're working together, so it's not as big of an advantage. But if I was with a friend, I would tag the friend and somehow tie in my business, and then I'm reaching all of their market as well. Mm-hmm. So that's a leg up when you're trying to expand your network.
Yep, super cool. And one of the other things that's been really helpful for us is following key leaders. So you got Brandon Boyd, Jason Brown. Those are some of the two big names that I personally follow. And here's why I do it, because sometimes I don't know what to put on Facebook.
Sometimes you just get writer's block and nothing's coming.
So here's some transparency here. I went on Brandon's Facebook a while back, and he put up a post where he was like wearing a really nice Rolex, of course, right? And he was saying like time is the currency of the earth. How much do you have? Something like that. And
or don't waste it or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but that really resonated with me because one of the reasons I got into this was because I didn't have too much time. I was working all of the time. So what I did is I went ahead and made my own post. I didn't copy his post. I didn't use the same picture. I just reworded it the way I would say it to make it genuine, and just talked about how I'm so happy I got more time now. Like now that I'm retired, I'm able to spend time with and be able to go on vacations and things like that. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that you can do is you can go to whoever you want to follow, go to them on Facebook, and there's like a button you can click that says see them first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a follow button on most people's profiles. You can click that, and then once you click it, it pops up and asks if you just want it to be a default follow, which means you see them in your feed here and there, or you can say see first, which means every time you open Facebook, their stuff is the first stuff you see. We both personally did that for Brandon and a couple other leaders in the company. Yeah. So we get that inspiration every time that we open Facebook.
Yep, cool. And the last thing about Facebook, and this is really important, just imagine somebody went to your Facebook profile right now. Who are you going to come off as? Who are you? Okay, so right now the way that I've branded and Kelsey's branded our Facebooks is if someone goes to my Facebook, they're going to see on my intro, I'm a husband, an entrepreneur, dog lover, luxury car enthusiast. And so if they actually go to my Facebook wall, all they're going to see are like inspirational quotes. They're going to see results about my business. They're going to see pictures of my dogs, pictures of my cars or other people's cars.
Pictures of
us going out. Yeah, like literally we're just branding ourselves. We're not putting random news articles up there. Like we have our brand, and we want people to be looking, like basically when they get on our page within the first 30 seconds, they should know who we are.
Right. Right. And don't be fake about this. Be real. Post what you actually enjoy doing. Post who you actually are, because it's going to happen is you're going to attract people that are like you. You're going to have friends that are looking at your stuff and liking what you're posting. And what's great about that is you'll end up with real authentic relationships with people that have common interests. So I post about my dogs all the time. If you guys are watching us on Facebook, you know that we are obsessed with our dogs, maybe a little bit too much. But I have tons and tons of dog mom friends, and Kenny's getting some dog dad friends here and there. But it's great because we're building real relationships. And I know about these people's dogs, they know about my dogs, and they're watching for those posts. But then they're also seeing the stuff that I sprinkle in about my business. The key focal point on my page isn't the business, isn't my results with Forex, but they do end up seeing it because they're watching for that other stuff.
Awesome. Okay, so that brings us to the next question. What should we, are we good?
Well, I wanted to talk about Brandon's example where he had.
Oh yeah.
That's
sorry, I'm skipping ahead. So guys, here's how powerful personal branding is. And I don't know the entire backstory. Brandon, are you even on here?
He is.
Cool, Brandon. If I'm wrong, say something in the chat box. But
I'm here, guys. I'm listening.
Oh, cool. All right. Actually, I might even just let you take it away for a second. I want you, if you would be willing to do this. I remember that story you told me not too long ago about the person that is already doing Forex, killing it in the markets. You just barely brought him on. And I asked you in one of our chats, like, how did you get him? Because he's already crushing it. And you told me it's because of you, like in your character, your morals, things like that. So can you kind of tell us what kind of happened there? Because I think it's really important that when people look at us, like they see that our brand is powerful and they can trust us. And I feel like that's what happened with you. That's why he joined.
Yeah, and by the way, as you can see, I'm still grinding here. In fact, I'm going to be here till 10 o'clock tonight, so I'm actually watching your recording. But first of all, great content. I'm glad this is being recorded. So this individual actually had an opportunity to be with a lot of different leaders. I mean, he makes phenomenal, and I'm talking about he makes more money trading than anyone I've personally met before. I've been able to see his accounts. But what he said, look, I've been watching your Facebook for 6 months. He said, I then met you at an event that we had, and he said, I then continued to watch you to see if there was consistency in who you were. He said, the reason why I'm joining is not because I need the money. He said, I want to work with you. He said, I feel like that the person that you are, your belief systems, a family man, etc. He said, I want to work with someone who's aligned with my vision and wanting to, help other people. So he went through all these different things that he liked about how I do things. And so that's why I tell people all the time, look, people are watching you. What you're putting on your Facebook and stuff like that, you got to be really careful, because the reality is, had I been saying some stupid stuff over the past number of weeks, he probably would have ended up maybe joining some other leader. And so anyway, that was just kind of an example of the person that you are. You are going to attract the kind of people that want to be like you. So the question is, would you join you? Would you enroll with you? And so there's so many people who are watching you right now on your Facebook, your Instagram, and other things. So anyway, it was a neat experience.
That's awesome. Cool. Thank you for sharing.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing. So guys, posting is really important. Okay, we want to talk about, we've got 4 types of posts that you're able to put out there. Okay, so I want you to write these down. Number 1 is, okay. And I'll go through these in a second. I just want you to write them down. Number 3 is product. It's like results. And number 4 is lifestyle. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go through these. Would you be willing to go ahead and tell them about personal?
Sure. Personal, just what we were just talking about with Brandon, is building your personal brand, putting your interests, your values, who you are into the world, showing Facebook who exactly you are. So I would call that personal. For us, personal is like posting pictures of our dogs, posting pictures of date night, being out with friends, stuff like that. So you just want to show people your life. I mean, if you're one of those people that post what you eat, great, post what you eat. That's part of your brand, you're a foodie, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Next one, business. Those are specific posts where you are looking for people to join your business. So this is kind of a call to action post. Kenny did one a couple weeks ago at the beginning, I guess like a week and a half ago at the beginning of the year, where he said he was specifically looking for 15 people who wanted to retire from their 9-to-5 jobs. What these types of posts do is they call out to a certain demographic of people, catch their attention, and then give you leads to work with. So he said, who's interested in trying to retire this year? Who wants to work with me to be able to quit their job? And then he had tons of people commenting, and then he reached out to every single one of them. And we'll get to that whole process in a minute. So that's your business posts. Product post results. You can go to any one of these people's, most of their Facebook, you'll see posting pictures of their results.
Yeah, like the little Forex screenshots. I feel like those are so powerful. Every time I've seen one of those thrown up on a Facebook wall, somebody's like, what is that? Mm-hmm. Tell me what I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in it. Give me more info.
Yeah.
So I found that to be really powerful. I've gotten so many people to ask questions about it that it's just been one of the things I do regularly. So that one's really powerful. And then lastly is just the lifestyle. So you're so good at explaining this. Will you just go ahead and tell them that one?
Yeah. I think lifestyle posts are important both for your business commissions as well as your Forex profits. Basically, this is showing what you're doing is helping you change your lifestyle. For us, with our last company, the reason I bring this up, yesterday, we actually had someone reach out to us who I've been friends with my whole life, never talked to about my last company or this company, but she reached out because she's been watching us for over a year. She watched how we went from being able to pay for a Jimmy John's lunch once a week with our very early commission checks, to getting where we could buy our dream cars, to now being to the point where Kenny's retired. And she's watched that entire time, never said a word, but she's interested. She's watched us be consistent. She's interested. And we talked with her for a good hour last night when we were driving home from Salt Lake because of our lifestyle. So she's watched our lifestyle change into the type of lifestyle that she wants. So those are important. Feel free to start small and say that you're able to buy lunch for you and your partner, or you're able to buy something for your kid, anything like that, because people can relate to that. Even if you think it's not impressive, people can relate. Oh, I'm able to fill up my car with gas. That's great. That's something everyone can relate to. So don't ever feel like it's too small of a victory to post about.
Cool. So just real quick recap. So the personal posts are just about like whatever's personal to you, like my dogs, my wife, going on dates, you go to a movie, whatever. Just be genuine, be you, and post about that. Business is you're looking for business partners. So say something along the lines of trying to help people retire, looking for people who are self-motivated, want to make another stream of income, just stuff like that. You'll find ideas. Product post, really simple, just strictly talking about like results with Forex. And then lifestyle, what Forex and the income you generate from it has done for you. So those are the 4 different types of posts. There's actually key times to post. Like you don't want to just start posting at midnight or 3 in the morning or something like that. No one's going to see it. So I want you to think real quick, when do I get on Facebook? Typically, there's 3 good times of the day. In the morning before you go to work, lunch, and after work. Okay? So we want to try to post during those times. If you want to do like your own case study about when you're going to have the most interaction or most people online, you can just go to Facebook and see how many people you have active at that time.
With the Messenger, if you're on your desktop, you can see it there, or if you're on your phone, just go to Messenger, and you can see how many people are active at that moment. I did this for myself, went through and looked like every hour from like 7 a.m. to like 11 p.m. to see when my peak times were. For me, it was pretty clear that it was in the morning, at lunch, and after work, but for you, it might be a little bit different. So feel free to do that and figure out when your peak times are.
Yeah, and if you don't want to do this case study, just post in the morning, post at lunch, and post after work. It's
post
like around 5.
On Facebook.
Exactly. So go ahead and post during those times. And so that's kind of what we want to do as far as the posting goes. You're going to get a lot of interaction. One thing I want to touch on really quick is this new boost group that we created, because Kelsey, she knows a little bit about the algorithms and realized that if you can get 10 likes and 10 comments within the first
It's the first 60 minutes.
60 minutes. Okay, first hour. Then it boosts your algorithm significantly, so way more people see it.
What happens is Facebook sees, oh, this person is posting content that other people want to see. So what they do is they push your content into more people's feeds because obviously you're popular and what you're posting is important. So if you can get more people to interact with your stuff within that first hour, it'll mean that it opens the floodgates for more and more people to see your content. So we created a boost group Telegram. We'll get all you guys in it.
Does someone have the link? Maybe just throw it up in there.
I posted the link a couple of times in the Dynasty chat. If someone wants to post it in the chat right now, that'd be great. I'm not on my phone, so I can't do it. But the way that we'll use that is if you do a post and you want to drive interaction so more people see it, simply click share on the post on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Instagram has similar algorithms, and we'll do another training for that. But just click share on the post, copy the link, and post it into that Telegram chat. We're not going to chat in that chat. It'll simply be for boosting your post.
Yeah, so it's going to be a teamwork thing. Like if you just post your stuff in there and expect us to always go like and comment, but you never do it,
we won't.
Like eventually it's going to be known that you're that type of person. So, teamwork makes the dream work. We're here to help each other. And I know we're all not like directly working with each other, but the idea is this is so simple. Like this is something we can do for each other. So if you have a status, and we can make this thing huge, we can literally have everybody posting all day. And when we get a chance, just go click on it, go drop an emoji, a like, or a little comment, and help that person get to 10 likes and comments. If they're at that mark, go ahead and put more. It's okay. Like the point is their friends are going to see it because of that. So just something we're doing for the team, for everybody. But here's the secret sauce, guys. This might even make you a little bit uncomfortable, but I guarantee you, if you do this one thing, you could even like almost not do any of the other stuff, but you still should.
Still do it. It'll help. But this one thing has been a game changer for Kenny and I.
This has been massive. What do those with not many friends on Facebook do? Okay, we're going to be doing some live trainings where we're working hand in hand.
We'll talk next week. We'll do a whole Zoom about growing your network. Yeah. That's part of social media. Today is just kind of an overview. Each of these points that we go through, we'll do an in-depth Zoom about in the following weeks. So next week, we will talk about how to grow your network and things you can do to expand. Yeah,
even if you only have 3 friends, okay, and they're
the crap out of their stuff.
Even if they're not real, just get in the habit of doing this. We will help you get the rest of it, okay? There's a way to get a massive network of over at least 5,000 people.
I have almost 5,000 friends on Facebook. Kenny's working towards getting there.
Yeah, and Kelsey knows 5 people, and I'm one of them. I'm just kidding.
I don't have any real life friends. That's true, but I have lots of people interacting on my stuff because of who I am and what I'm posting.
She does have more friends. I'm just kidding. All right, guys, so here's what it is. Live videos. Doing a Facebook Live drives so much interaction. It's just mind-blowing. Our first Facebook Live video, so we were doing the posting, doing the likes, the comments. Our first Facebook Live video, I checked it like 2 weeks ago, and we did it about a week ago, so maybe like 5 weeks ago. I have over 2,000 views on it.
It's almost 3,000.
It's almost 3,000 views from our first Facebook Live, and all it was something like, hey, I've been getting a lot of questions about what Forex is, so I just want to go live and tell everybody what it is. And so I literally was just like an FAQ about here's what Forex is, here's what I've been using. I think I talked about swipe trades and my profits for one of the days. And I was just asking for interaction too. I was saying like, hey, if you've never heard of Forex, drop a 1. And then everybody drops a 1 because nobody's ever heard of it. And then I talk about swipe trades, but I don't use swipe trades. I don't actually use the name because then people would try to go figure out what it was.
Right, so you have to be a little bit mysterious. So he says, if you'd be interested in using an app that's kind of like Tinder that sends you trade signals, drop a 4 in the comments, and then you just get 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Yeah.
People freaking out, wanting more information. Yeah. The more comments and interaction you get on your live videos, the more people's feeds they're being pushed to. I don't know if you guys have ever been using Facebook and you get a notification that some random person is live. I get that all the time. Girls doing their makeup, not knocking anyone who has a makeup business, but I get them all the time where people are just going live talking about whatever they're doing in their life. Yep. So that's been a game changer for us. If you are uncomfortable with going live, there is a feature where you can go live featuring someone. So Kenny just did that yesterday with Star. I don't know if she's still on. I can't see. But he just did that yesterday with Star, and it was great. It was the first. Star's made a couple posts here and there, but hasn't really talked about the business side at all. And yesterday with her live video, it was one of the first times that she's really opened up and talked about what she's doing.
Yep.
And it was great. She's being blown up. She said to us today she's done other direct sales companies and MLMs, or I don't know, marketing in the past. And she said to us it was the first time she's had this many people come to her, and it was her first one. So this is key. It's huge. It can really drive results, really drive interaction. Plus, it helps people see that you're authentic and you're serious and you want to help them. And
you're real. Like, there's a real face behind all these posts.
Yeah, exactly.
And guys, I know it can be a little bit intimidating to go live.
It still freaks me out. We have to turn on some pump up music beforehand. And
play some Eye of the Tiger, Final Countdown or something just to get pumped for the video, just like we did before this one. But yeah, like this is powerful. See?
We weren't going to say that, but yes, we do have some liquid courage beforehand. But not everyone on here will do that.
So if you're not like feeling courageous enough to be able to go do it on your own, you're distracting us. So if you don't feel like you can do it on your own, that's why you have leaders that can help you. Jordan Comsa, Brandon Boyd. I don't know if he has time to do Facebook Lives. I will do them with anybody I work with. And if you have someone else who's in your upline, someone who brought you into the business, well, they should be doing this type of stuff. So maybe you could join, do it together. Truth is, some people get in and they don't really know how to explain it that well. Okay, that's what we're here for, to help explain it. Mm-hmm. So I pretty much took over for Star a little bit there.
You filled in the gaps, yeah. So she mentioned what she was doing. She just started 2 weeks ago. So her knowledge, she still is learning, and so are we, obviously. But Kenny was able to fill in the gaps for her and help make it a smooth video.
But it was really cool because she had like over a dozen people who reached out to her because of that one Facebook Live video.
Yep.
And like Kelsey was saying, she's done direct sales before, but she's always had to go after them.
Cold message. Hey, I joined this company. I think that you'd like these products. Let me send you this link to go buy stuff. People don't like that. People pay to remove ads from their life. Think about what you're doing with TV and internet and the services that you use for entertainment. You're paying a lot of times to remove ads, or you're fast forwarding through commercials. People hate cold messaging. So these live videos, they give kind of a glimpse into our life, show who we are, and drive interest. Okay. We're going too long.
I was just going to say one last thing. If you wanted to write this on your list of when to do this, we have a goal of doing at least one Facebook Live per week, like every Monday. We call it Money Mondays. So we just go live every week, do one quick little video, usually 15, 20, 25 minutes long, talk about whatever. Cryptocurrency was our last one because of all the new things that we're releasing, and the $200 challenge, the 200 to 100,000 that Stevenson Lindor's doing. I also talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's not too late to talk about either one of those topics. You can still talk about those and promote those because neither one are going away. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, so that's how we drive business. That's how we drive people to us without having to actually reach out to anybody, okay? So that's how we bring in warm leads. The next thing, and this is kind of the last thing we'll do, is, okay, now somebody has said they're interested or they want info. What do I do next? So this is how we actually close the deal. Okay, so if you already explained to them what Forex is, like if it was a Facebook Live, then you don't really need to explain it again. You just kind of go directly into what you've been doing with Forex and just kind of ask them questions if they've ever had experience with it, what they know about it. And if it's just what you told them, then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll send them the IML video in 3 minutes that Brandon made, which is just like a teaser where it shows them all the tools that we use. And I'll have them watch that real quick and then see what they think after. And just always tell them, hey, message me after you've seen it. Okay. If they haven't seen anything about Forex, then it's a good chance to just say, hey, have you ever heard about Forex, and just initiate the conversation.
Like if they're posting on one of your results photos saying, hey, what is this? You have a pretty good idea that they don't know what Forex is. So you message them, hey, do you know what Forex is? No. For us, what we did to kind of streamline that so we don't have to write it out every single time, Kenny recorded like a 2-minute video explaining what the Forex market is, and we send that link. And once you watch it, let's chat and I can answer your questions. So that's what we do for that. We send that quick video. Another huge tip when you're reaching out to these people, use their name, make it personal. You're establishing a relationship, especially as you start to grow your network. I'd say probably 50% of the people that we're talking to right now, we don't know anything about them. Yeah. We added them on Facebook when we were growing our network for our last company. They're strangers. I couldn't tell you their spouse's name or their kids' names. And then about 50% are people that we know in real life who want to know more about what we're doing. But using their name in your message is important.
Oh, one other thing is a lot of people just send the videos to someone without really telling them anything about beforehand. So one of the things that I get in the practice of doing is I actually like to use voice messages. Mm-hmm. And so I'll just record a quick voice message. Hey, I'm actually going to send you this quick little video. It gives you an idea of what make money and be successful in Forex. And here's another thing, guys. This is like one of the number one projections I get besides price is I got to go recruit somebody, okay? So I always tell people in my little voice message before I send them the video, hey, it's going to go over, the different tools that we use to be successful. And at the very end, it's going to talk about our referral program. We just include that because that's how the company expands. You don't have to participate in it if you don't want to, but it'll just tell you a little bit about it anyway.
But then as people learn more about it, they get stoked about being able to get it for free. But we know that some people get very turned off by the whole referral idea until they use it and realize how easy this stuff is to share.
Yep. So that's what I'll do for the first video. I'll tell them a little bit about it, have them watch it, have them message me when they're done. Now the next thing I'm going to want to do is if they are local, they're in your town, and you have local meetings, just get them to a meeting. That's where you should stop. You're not answering any more questions. The meeting does it. You're busy. Well, you don't have time.
Don't not answer their questions.
Well, you want to be urgent. Show urgency. Like you don't want to sit there and be the question man or answer man for everything. The meeting does that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if they're local, get them to a meeting. And by the way, some of you aren't local to Utah, but we do have leaders throughout the U.S. and even in other countries as well, where we can help you find leaders in those areas. So like Shane, for example, I know he's in Canada. Maybe Brandon, you might know someone in Canada, hopefully, but we'll see on that one. Anyway, so that's how I take care of the first. If someone's local, if they're not local, then I'll either try to get them to jump on a webinar. If they're not able to do that, I send them the other video that Brandon made. It's 26 minutes long. It's the full preview. And by the way, if you guys don't have these, we can send links for them later. And so I just have them look through that, and it gives them all the information on what tools we use. It tells them about the referral program, business, all that stuff. And once again, I message them right before with a voice message. Hey, this one's going to go more in depth. It's going to go over pricing. It's going to go over everything. And just so you know, like right now, one of the messages I send is it doesn't include the cryptocurrency stuff. Like because that's so new, it wasn't recorded this time when this video was made. And so just realize that you get all the cryptocurrency stuff bundled in at the same price. Okay. So anyways, I just have them watch that video. And then the next thing that I do after that, and this is what I found the most success in, call them. If I can get them on a phone call, then it's lights out. Like most times when I get on a phone call with somebody, the only reason that they don't join is because they always throw up the price objection. They don't throw up they do throw up objections about it being real, being a pyramid scheme, but I can easily avoid all that and get past it. So usually the number one thing is, I don't have the money. But the thing about calling them is you can totally eliminate any reason in their mind why they didn't want to do it. Like if they thought, after watching this video, I've got to recruit my friends and family, you can put that to rest right there. If they've got questions about the tools and products, how they use, you can put all those to rest as well. Literally, you can get all the objections out of the way. And one of the things I really like about this company is there aren't very many objections. Mm-hmm. What we've got is freaking awesome. So it's easy to talk and get excited about it. And so that's what I do is follow up with them, try to get on a phone call with them if I can, and then seal the deal. Okay. Now, realistically, you guys got to know people are going to say no to you. It doesn't always mean they're saying no to you, though. It's just saying, I'm not ready for this opportunity. They got things going on. They don't think they can do it, whatever.
They don't believe in themselves yet. There's people who are not ready for an opportunity like this, and that's okay.
Yeah.
One thing that Kenny and I learned in the process of building businesses is you have to get those no's to find your next yes. So don't be discouraged when you get a no. When you get a no, all that means is you are one step closer to your next yes. Without making it sound super impersonal, it is sort of a numbers game. The more you do this and the more people you talk to, you'll realize that it is sort of a numbers game. You have to work through a list of people to get those yeses, to get those people who are ready to commit and ready to change their lives. So every no you get, don't get discouraged. Be excited. Great. That's another no, which means I'm one step closer to my next yes. I'm ready to do this. And guess what? Those people who say no, they'll keep watching because they're interested. Yeah. They just aren't in the right mindset yet.
Yeah, I've done some sales, and I can tell you, the best feeling is taking a no and turning it into a yes.
It took us. I hated network marketing for years. I hated it, especially moving from a different state here to Utah, where it's a very popular profession, especially with women. I hated that I was always feeling like I was being recruited. And then eventually we were ready. And we joined a company that I swore I would never have any association with. Still love the company. I would never talk bad about it. This is just such a better opportunity, and we're just really excited about it. But my point in bringing that up is that people may say no at first and then change their mind down the road when it's right for them.
Yep. Okay, guys, here's our very last thing here. And it's really simple. Fortune is in the follow-up, okay? That's how wealth is made. So you talk to somebody, they don't respond, whatever. Make sure you're following up with these people. Figure out some sort of organizational method in where you can communicate with that person along the lines. Like, we've actually got a formula that we are, not really a formula, but more of like guidelines.
Yeah, something that's worked for us.
So like if I reached out to somebody and they just weren't ready yet, I give them 2 days. I'll reach back out in 2 days. And then if I'm not able to really get a hold of them then, I'll reach back out in 2 weeks. And if that doesn't work, I'll reach out to them in 2 months. So it's like 2, 2, 2.
Called the 2 by 2 by 2 rule.
Yeah.
And the way that we stay organized with this, I personally use an Excel spreadsheet. And I'll teach you guys all about that later in a different training. But I have lots of contacts that do this same sort of method, and they use just a planner where they write down the date that they spoke with someone. And then when they're looking at their planner, wondering who to message that day when they wake up, they flip back to 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months previous and follow up with all of those people. There's lots of different methods you can use, but no matter what you do, how you decide to do it, following up is key. I read something once that says people have to see something 5 to 7 times before they're ready to commit. And that means seeing it in your feed, seeing reminder messages from you. Kenny spent all day yesterday sending his follow-ups. He probably messaged like 200 people yesterday. And from that, he had a couple people sign up today.
Yeah. So fortune is in the follow-up.
He could have just taken those as no because they didn't respond the first time he messaged. But because he messaged them yesterday, they realized they were ready to take action and get in on this. So
cool, guys. Quick recap. Create your lists. Interact with people. Make sure you're posting different styles of posts. Don't just post the same thing over and over. Do live videos at least once a week if you can, because those are massive. And then when people are interested, make sure you message them. Be personal. Don't just like copy and paste the same message. Try to be genuine with people. And another tip from a sales perspective, hold off on talking about price until they see the value. Okay? When I went to go buy my really nice car, I didn't walk up and say, okay, tell me your prices. No, I went and picked out the car I wanted first, and then I asked them what the price was. So when you're talking to people who are like, hey, just tell me what the price is, be like, hey, let me show you this video real quick. It actually goes over all that information. Boom, plug them into the video or plug them into the meeting, whatever it is. So hold off on price. That's one of the other things that I've learned. But yeah, that's it, guys. Make sure you follow up with people. This is what we do to literally get tons of people reaching out to us. I've got like 7 unread messages right now of people who are really interested. And so I'm literally just consistently following up with these guys as more are coming to me. And it's growing.
It's fun. This is fun because it feels like you're really genuinely helping people. When people are coming to you and wanting it, and they're the ones reaching out, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like you're helping them. You're giving them what they want. You're not having to go out and you're still grinding and working hard, but you're not having to go out and beg people to take you seriously. So we want to keep doing these every week. I feel like social media is one of the best tools that you can use to grow your business or to get your free. So we're going to keep doing these every week. We'll go more into depth on each of these topics. Each topic alone we could talk about for an hour because there's so many cool things you can do with each of these tools. So we'll keep doing these. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out to us so we can get ideas for what to talk about in future weeks. And then eventually we'll get to the point where we have enough background, we can just hop on these Zooms and do an hour of live working sessions together where we're posting and interacting and talking and answering questions live.
Cool.
Great.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for
hopping on. Sorry that went so long.
That is good.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, guys. Take care.